The first to bring you the hottest DJ gear on the planet. You're watching coverage of Winter NAMM 2014. We are agiprodj.com.
What's up, everybody? Ty from agiprodj. I'm here in NAMM 2014 in the Harman booth. Specifically, we're taking a look at the dbx DriveRack PA2. And what they've done is they've done some physical redesign on the face of the unit. As you can see, more robust LEDs. And the buttons here, they've actually split this apart. So this is all the audio configuration here. This is the utility section. They put the wizard button front and center, backlit. Here's the master control knob. And the display has been increased in resolution, so there's more landscape there to work with, and you can run it physically from the front of the unit. But the big changes are right here. And that's the PA2 can be networked and controlled. What we've got here running is an iPad app, but it's iPad, Android, Windows, and Mac compatible at launch. So it's got all platforms covered, nobody's left out of the party. So as you can see here, you have control for your graphic equalizers. I've got it flattened out. I've got draw mode turned on, and I can actually go through and I can draw my EQ if I'd like, give me a little bump in the highs. There are some presets. DJ, you can flatten it back out. Let's say you just need a little bump in the low end. That mid-range is a little rough. So, auto EQ mode. So if you do have a microphone that's connected to the port on the front, it should also be noted that the microphone is not included with the package. That is an extra $99 microphone. That plugs in right there. But then you can start the auto EQ mode. It goes and listens to your room. You put it in auto EQ, and it listens to your room, does a couple quick tunings, and away you go. And then you start from there. You can go through, take after auto EQ, and you can do a little bit of extra control and maybe fine tune what you got after the auto. It's got AFS, automatic feedback suppression. As you can see here, there's a couple of different modes. There's a live mode where it actually uses the RTA mic that's connected, and it listens to the frequencies that are in the room. It's got a real high level of a notch where it will pick those specifically spiked frequencies, and it'll cut those out, eliminating the feedback that are on those channels. Or then you can also have fixed mode where it will automatically notch out those certain frequencies. Subharmonic synthesis. This has been standard on all of the dbx DriveRacks. So here's a compressor. Again, it's a graphic compressor. There's no audio coming through the DriveRack PA2 right now, so you're not seeing anything happening on the screen, but you can see there's... So you have a graphic representation of that compressor actually functioning. And then alignment pre-delay on the input stage, where you can set time alignment on the input side, and that can also be adjusted on the 3 sets of stereo out. So it's 2 in, 3 out in the configuration that it's set in right now. You've got your crossover point, lots of different crossovers that are loaded in there as presets, Butterworth and then Linkmans Riley's. And you can grab the low frequency, you can change that low pass point. And you can see there's graphic representation of everything. You can change amplitude or the volume for each one of those as well. So lots of control, and then that graphic representation makes it very easy to actually physically use the iPad or the connected device to make those changes. Parametric EQ, there's different, I've got one selected here. You can have up to 8 different filters enabled, and 3. You can see the amount of control that you have is just insane. You can really get creative, and you can really use this device to tune your room and make sure that the speakers that you purchase sound the best that they possibly can. It's got limiter. Again, it's not doing anything because there's no audio passing through the PA2. And then the alignment delay, and this is really cool. So if you're in a situation where your tops are out front of it, and you can see here, you can either do it in milliseconds if you are a math wizard, or feet and meters. So if your tops are out on tripods, out in front of you, and then your sub is back under your table, you can actually use the DriveRack, enable these, and then you can time align to make sure that when the sound reaches your audience or reaches your target destination, that everything is time aligned and it gets to the audience at the same time. And without a thing like this, if your speakers are back underneath the table, your mains are out in front, the mains are going to get there first, things are going to sound odd. So, and you can, the cool thing is you can grab this iPad and you can walk out into the middle of the floor and you can turn these on and off and you can hear the differences that you're making on the fly in the room that you're in. So before, you'd have to sit back behind the DJ booth and you'd have to fuss with the front of the drive rack, and then you'd walk back out on the dance floor and you'd listen, and then you'd walk back. So anybody that's had one of these in a club or in an environment, I've done it personally, and you can do it, it's just not a whole lot of fun. Grab the iPad or grab your phone and your Android device, even your laptop if it's on Wi-Fi, you can walk right out there in the middle of the floor and do your tuning right from there, and it's all set to go. Save it to the device and you're good to go. You know, it's funny, seeing this new device actually triggered a conversation between our rep and Rick and I, and we've had customers that have told us, well, you know, I bought a DriveRack a while back and it's, you know, I don't really use it, and that to us is odd. For $400, $500, depending on what model you're in, you've got a device that has multiple 1U rack space devices, EQ, compressor, limiter, feedback suppression, crossover, all in one drive rack space, so it's space saving, it's easy to use, and you've got all these different tools at your disposal without having to spend $200 or $300 on each one of those. So it's a great tool. It's going to make the equipment that you purchased sound better. It's going to make you sound better as a performer, whether you're a DJ, whether you're a musician. Speakers right out of the box. Some of them need a little bit of finesse, and this gives you all the tools to make your investment sound the best that it can. Very cool. It's the DriveRack PA2, available from AGI Pro DJ. You can check us out on the web. Don't forget, you can call us toll-free, 866-776-6499. Email us, sales@agiprodj. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out the rest of our social media for NAMM 2014 coverage. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ty from AGI Pro DJ.